Now let's solve this problem. Square root of secant a minus 1 divided by secant a plus 1 plus square root of secant a plus 1 divided by secant a minus 1 is equal to 2 cosecant a. To solve this problem, first let me write down the LHS. Solution. First let me write down the LHS, that is square root of secant a minus 1 square root of secant a minus 1 divided by secant a plus 1 plus secant a square root of secant a plus 1 divided by secant a minus 1. Now look at this problem carefully. This problem, it consists of two terms. This is one term, this is one term, right? This is one term, this is one term. Now let me simplify this term separately here, okay? I am going to simplify this term, that is secant a minus 1 divided by secant a plus 1. Okay. Now to simplify this, we have to rationalize the denominator. Now, since we are rationalizing the denominator, look at the denominator, that is secant a plus 1. Since here secant a plus 1, so what we will do? We will multiply secant a minus 1 to the numerator and to the denominator. Okay? Rationalize the denominator. Then what it will become? Square root of secant a minus 1 divided by secant a plus 1 into secant a minus 1 divided by secant a minus 1. Now look at this. Secant a minus 1, secant a minus 1. What it will become? Secant a minus 1 the whole square, right? Therefore, we can write it as secant a minus 1 the whole square divided by, look at this, secant a plus 1 into secant a minus 1. Secant a plus 1 into secant a minus 1. Okay? Is equal to square root of secant a minus 1 the whole square divided by. Now look at this, secant a plus 1 into secant a minus 1. It is in the form of a plus b into a minus b. And we know the formula of a plus b into a minus b. That is a plus b into a minus b is what? A square minus b square. So this secant a plus 1 into secant a minus 1. Secant a plus 1 into secant a minus 1. In the place of a we have secant a. Therefore a square, what it will become? Secant square a. Minus, in the place of b we have 1. It will become 1 square, nothing but what? 1. Right? Therefore, the secant a plus 1 into secant a minus 1, we can write it as secant square a minus 1. Secant square a minus 1. Okay? And we know the trigonometric formula. That is 1 plus tan square a. 1 plus tan square A is equal to secant square A. Then tan square A is what? Tan square A is equal to secant square A minus 1. Right? So this we can write it as secant A minus 1 the whole square divided by secant square A minus 1, and we can write it as what? Tan square A. Right? Tan square A. Now, I want to remove this from the bracket. And we have square and square root. Therefore, it will get cancelled, right? Then what it will become? Secant A minus 1 divided by tan A. Right? Now, this square root of secant A minus 1 divided by secant A plus 1, I can write it as secant A minus 1 divided by tan A. Okay? So, this one. See carefully, this one I have simplified there. So, this answer I am going to write here. Okay? That is secant A minus 1, secant A minus 1 divided by tan A. Okay? Now I am going to rub this and I am going to simplify this one. Square root of secant A plus 1, square root of secant A plus 1 divided by secant A minus 1, secant A minus 1. Now to simplify this, let's rationalize the denominator. And we know that in the denominator we have secant A minus 1. So, we will multiply secant A plus 1 to the numerator and to the denominator. Okay? That is secant A plus 1 divided by secant A minus 1 into secant A plus 1 divided by secant A plus 1. Okay? Now look at this. Secant A plus 1 into secant A plus 1. We can write it as secant A plus 1 the whole square. Secant A plus 1 the whole square divided by secant A minus 1 into secant A plus 1. Secant A minus 1 into secant A plus 1. Let me write down the numerator as it is. That is secant A plus 1 the whole square divided by. Now look at this one. Secant A minus 1 into secant A plus 1. It is in the form of A plus B into A minus B. We know the formula. A plus B into A minus B is equal to A square minus B square. Right? Therefore, this secant A minus 1, secant A minus 1 into secant A plus 1. We can write it as what? In the place of A, we have secant A. Therefore, A square, what it will become? Secant square A minus. In the place of B, we have 1. Therefore, B square, what it will become? Secant square A minus 1. Therefore, the secant A minus 1 into secant A plus 1, I can write it as secant square A minus 1. Secant square A minus 1. Okay? Is equal to square root of secant A plus 1 the whole square divided by. Now, we know the trigonometric formula. That is 1 plus tan square A is equal to secant square A. Therefore, tan square A is equal to what it will become? Secant square A minus 1. Secant square a minus 1. Therefore, the secant square a minus 1, I can write it as tan square a. Tan square a. Now, look at this one. We have square root and square, isn't it? And I want to cancel this square root. Therefore, what it will become? I can cancel the square and square root. Therefore, it will become secant a plus 1 divided by tan a. Now here, we have simplified this one here, isn't it? So, I can write this value here. Okay. Now plus. For this plus, I am going to write plus. This square root of secant a plus 1 divided by secant a minus 1, I can write it as secant a plus 1 divided by tan a. Right? Secant a plus 1 divided by tan a. I am going to rub this. You can copy it on. Now look at the problem. Secant a minus 1 divided by tan a. I can split this, isn't it? And I can write it as secant a by tan a. Secant a by tan a minus 1 by tan a minus 1 by tan a. For this plus, I will write plus. Again this one, I can split the term. That is secant a divided by tan a. Secant a divided by tan a plus 1 by tan a plus 1 by tan a. Now look at this. 1 by tan a, minus 1 by tan a plus 1 by tan a. Both it will get cancelled, right? Now what is left? Secant a by tan a. Secant a by tan a plus secant a by tan a. And we know that secant a can be written as 1 by cos a. Okay? Secant a, I can write it as 1 by cos a divided by tan a, I can write it as sin a by cos a. Sin a by cos a plus again this secant a, I can write it as 1 by cos a divided by sin a by cos a. Here, numerator, denominator. Numerator, denominator. In the denominator, we have cos a, cos a. So, we can cancel these two. Okay. In the same way, we can cancel cos a. Then what is left? 1 by sin a plus 1 by sin a. We know that 1 by sin a is what? Cosecant a. Cosecant a plus 1 by sin a, I can write it as cosecant a. Now cosecant a plus cosecant a is what? 2 cosecant a. That is what our RHS. Okay. LHS is equal to RHS. you have understood. Thank you.